The Honda NSX is more than just a sports car, it's a statement of intent, a demonstration of how technology, performance, and emotion can come together to create something extraordinary. When it first debuted in the early 1990s, the NSX wasn't just another supercar contender, it was a revolution. Designed with the influence of Formula One legend Ayrton Senna and built to challenge the dominance of European giants like Ferrari and Porsche, the NSX proved that a Japanese automaker could not only compete but could redefine the supercar experience entirely. What set the original NSX apart wasn't just its sleek styling or its high-revving V6 engine, it was its philosophy. Honda engineers set out to create a car that was both thrilling on the track and civilized on the road. This meant the NSX needed to deliver razor-sharp handling without compromising comfort or reliability. With its all-aluminum monocoque chassis, the first of its kind in a production car, the NSX was incredibly lightweight and rigid. That innovative construction, combined with a mid-mounted engine layout, gave the NSX balance and poise that rivaled the best cars in the world. At its heart was a naturally aspirated 3.0-liter V6 engine with Honda's VTEC variable valve timing technology, which allowed it to produce exhilarating power while remaining fuel-efficient and drivable in everyday situations. The sound of the engine climbing past 8,000 RPM was unforgettable. Yet, unlike many exotic cars of its era, the NSX didn't require constant maintenance or coddling. It was a supercar that could be driven daily, and for many owners, it was. The driving experience of the original NSX was marked by its clarity and purity. The steering provided tactile feedback through the wheel, the gear shifter clicked into place with satisfying precision, and the visibility from the cockpit was exceptional thanks to its low dashboard and expansive glass area. Every control felt engineered for connection between driver and machine. It was a car that didn't overwhelm you with raw power but instead invited you to extract every ounce of performance through skill and finesse. Over the years, the NSX developed a cult following, and it became a favorite among purists and collectors. It didn't chase horsepower wars or rely on flashy gimmicks. Its appeal came from being balanced, intuitive, and deeply rewarding to drive. As the years passed and the automotive world moved toward forced induction, electronics, and automation, the NSX remained a symbol of a simpler, more analog time. Then came the second generation, introduced in 2016 after a long hiatus. Expectations were sky-high, and Honda, now marketing the car under its premium Acura brand in some markets, knew they had to do something bold. The new NSX wasn't a retro revival. It was a reinvention. This time, the car embraced the future with cutting-edge technology. A twin-turbocharged 3.5-liter V6 engine was now paired with 3 electric motors, creating a hybrid supercar with all-wheel drive and a combined output north of 570 horsepower. It could sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 3 seconds and corner with relentless grip, thanks to its torque vectoring capabilities. The new NSX was developed with the same spirit as the original, to blend precision engineering with everyday usability, but it arrived in a very different automotive landscape. Supercars were now expected to be technological marvels, and the NSX delivered. Its sophisticated drivetrain allowed for silent electric-only driving in certain conditions, while its dynamic mode system let drivers tailor the car's behavior from mild to wild. The hybrid system wasn't just about efficiency, it enhanced performance in ways that weren't possible before. Visually, the new NSX retained the mid-engine proportions that made the original so iconic, but with a modern edge. Sharp lines, aerodynamic elements, and aggressive details gave it a presence that demanded attention. Inside, the cabin combined premium materials with driver-focused ergonomics. It wasn't ostentatious or overly complicated, true to Honda's ethos, form always followed function. Some enthusiasts were initially skeptical. The second-gen NSX was heavier than its predecessor, and its hybrid complexity made it a different kind of experience. But once behind the wheel, many were won over. It still carried the DNA of the original, responsiveness, balance, and accessibility, but evolved for a new generation of drivers. It became clear that this wasn't a car built to chase trends or lap times alone. It was engineered to be enjoyed, to be driven hard, and to inspire confidence in anyone lucky enough to experience it. Throughout its production run, the NSX remained a relatively rare sight on the roads. Honda didn't build it in massive numbers, which only added to its mystique. Each car was hand-assembled at the Performance Manufacturing Center in Ohio, showcasing the company's commitment to craftsmanship and quality. The NSX was always a bit of an outsider in the supercar world, not because it wasn't competitive, but because it followed its own path. It didn't have the badge prestige of some rivals, but it had something arguably more valuable: authenticity. The impact of the NSX reaches far beyond its sales numbers. It changed perceptions of what Japanese engineering could achieve. It influenced competitors, inspired engineers, and even helped shape the development of other iconic cars. In a world often obsessed with excess, the NSX offered balance. It reminded us that driving pleasure doesn't come solely from brute force or flamboyance, but from harmony between design, performance, and purpose. Even today, the NSX continues to earn respect for its legacy and its contributions to automotive innovation. Owners speak fondly of the car's reliability, the joy of its driving dynamics, and the uniqueness of owning a vehicle that dares to be different. Whether it's an original NA1 from the 90s or a newer NC1 hybrid model, the NSX represents a kind of automotive philosophy that's becoming increasingly rare, one rooted in precision, passion, and practicality. In collector circles, the NSX has steadily gained value and admiration. The early models, especially those with manual transmissions and low mileage, are now prized possessions. Meanwhile, the second-generation models are seen as future classics, thanks to their unique position as one of the first hybrid supercars that blended real performance with real-world usability. These cars don't just sit in garages, they're meant to be driven, experienced, and appreciated for what they are. There's also a sense of nostalgia attached to the NSX, particularly among those who grew up with posters of it on their walls or who followed its motorsport heritage. From racing in Japan's Super GT series to taking on circuits around the world, the NSX has a motorsport pedigree that adds to its legend. It's a car that has earned its stripes not just on the road but on the track. Looking to the future, the NSX stands as a symbol of what Honda can achieve when it decides to build a world-class performance machine. With the automotive industry shifting rapidly toward electrification, the NSX's hybrid legacy feels increasingly ahead of its time. While production of the current model has concluded, rumors and hopes persist that a new iteration may one day return, perhaps fully electric, perhaps even more advanced. If it does, it will likely carry the same spirit that has always defined the NSX: innovation without arrogance, performance without compromise, and engineering that serves the driver above all else. In the end, the Honda NSX isn't just a car. It's a philosophy made metal. It represents the best of what a company can achieve when it combines technology with emotion, heritage with innovation, and speed with soul. For those who have driven one, owned one, or simply admired it from afar, the NSX remains an